Hello, my friend. Welcome to yet another episode of the Don't Be Serious podcast. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit tired or maybe a little bit sick, but rest assured, I am not sick. I'm just very tired because I am operating on about 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And I had a pretty hectic day today. We had to go for a shoot, and we were like, you know, uh, standing in the sun in this horrid, humid weather. So yeah, we had to put up with that, but we got through it.
Yeah, it was a quite a, I would say, easy shoot, but the weather was not perfect for it. Was very uncomfortable. The shoot day today was very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Let's actually talk about that experience in our next episode of the Don't Be Serious podcast.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Look forward to that off topic episode, by the way. We no longer do
Yes.
casual chats. So, with that out of the way, let's come on topic. Okay. So, what is our topic today? I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be a movie chat. Yet another movie chat.
Yeah.
This time we're going to talk about one of the most classic films you can think of, the good old fashioned Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane is just, it's a brilliant piece of cinematography. It has probably one of the best pieces of cinematography I have seen. Like, as a film student, you get to see a lot of, old films. Like, for example, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 400 Blows, Citizen Kane, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And of course, there was this movie called Rat Trap, which is actually boring enough to actually put me to sleep. But anyways, um, what I liked about Citizen Kane was basically the cinematography was one of the highlights of the film. It was one of those films which actually inspired modern cinematography and modern filmmaking techniques. I feel like this movie, Citizen Kane, was like, the start of avant garde films, as they like to call it, which includes that movie called 400 Blows. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, my knowledge of film history is really weak. I suck at history. But if you want me to edit something for you, I'm right there. So, anyways, yeah. This movie had brilliant cinematography, and you know what I really liked about that film was, in and of itself, the story. I would say the
Mm.
story was intriguing. It was like a good example of what life is. It basically shows it basically shows how the American dream is a fucking lie. So, what is the American dream? The American dream is basically you go to America, you settle there, and then you become rich.
Sorry for that uh, little disturbance, but I have a small, dark comedy. Afghanis now know in Afghanistan in 2021 what is American Dream. It's a dark joke.
I have no idea what that joke was, but I'm gonna censor that out anyways so that
No,
we
no.
don't offend anybody.
Let me explain the dark joke. The joke is, the Americans promised American dream all around the world, and now you know what is happening in Afghanistan. They were promised the American dream. That now you can see what's happening. So that was the joke. It was a dark one.
Okay. It wasn't a funny one for sure.
Yeah, I should probably censor that out, but
I'll
whatever.
censor it out anyways. Don't worry. I am the one who takes care of all the editing. This small man here is the one who puts the music intros.
Yeah, I only put the music intros and
Yeah.
yeah.
The American dream. It's a lie, according to the movie or Citizen Kane. And let's be honest with ourselves, okay? The American dream, in and of itself, is basically this portrayal that the America is a utopia. For those who are wondering what is a utopia, it is basically a world which is like ideal. There are no conflicts. There is no there is no conflict. There's no negativity. There's no evil. It's just pure peace, positivity, and equality. That's what America portrays itself as. But let's be honest, that is absolutely not the case. The American dream has died a long, long, long time ago.
True, true. I agree with that point. Actually, now also nowadays also you can see that there is segregation in American society, be it the blacks, be it the Muslims. So that thing that everyone is equal and all
Yeah.
is far from the truth.
You
I
know what's
agree.
interesting? For quite some time, I actually believed that the American dream was a real thing, and then I witnessed what happened with Donald Trump.
Yeah, the movies made you movies the American movies made you, believe that movies are
Yeah,
a big propaganda tool, and the Americans are very good at that. They made their American, the Hollywood made movies believe make the world believe that we are the, perfect country in the world. We have the best equality system of justice and all. We fight for the right thing, but honestly they are only looking out for themselves, and they are just as selfish as we the other countries are. So it's
yeah,
not true.
yeah. You know what? It's probably getting like as bad as India here.
Yeah, and they are getting worse. Actually, day by day,
Yeah,
American dream is they are getting more exposed. As
it's
you
it's
as you
no
told about
longer an
Donald Trump, huh?
yeah, it's no longer an American dream. It's more of an American nightmare
Yeah. To
of
our American
sorts.
audience, please don't mind, but yeah, this is what the world is perceiving America as.
Yeah,
21st century America as, sadly.
yeah. And do you know where you get to see most of this collapse of American dream?
Uh, I guess around the world. I don't know. You tell me.
Reddit.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
Reddit.
Reddit is the you can say is the most truest digital form of what is happening in the world.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
the most
Reddit.
accurate.
If you can check out r slash win stupid prizes,
Yeah.
r slash I am a total piece of shit, or r slash public freak out, they have all of
Honestly,
this.
honestly, I think that Reddit has the most accurate and the most, truthful news than Facebook and Twitter. There are fake news on Facebook and Twitter, but
Yeah.
I assure you there is no fake news in Reddit, because of course you have moderators and everybody is anonymous. So
So,
if no one has,
anyways, so
huh?
wait, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to interrupt you there, okay? Because let's talk about it in our casual chat as well. We're
Okay,
gonna
okay,
have a
chalo.
nice long casual
So
chat.
okay, okay. So
Okay?
let's talk about the
Come
film.
back on the topic. Now I want to hear
Okay.
your thoughts.
So Citizen Kane, I believe it is one of the, in the ratings, I think Rotten Tomatoes, or I don't know, IMDb, it is one of the highest rated film, and it is uh, people regard as the most one of the most classic films of, at least for the American film industry. Uh, the reason I believe it is because at that time films like these were not shot. Uh, it was the shots, you if you see or this film, you will see that there are many shots which are very unconventional for that time, like very low angle shots, the defocus part where everything is in focus in the frame, be it background, foreground, or the midground, and the transitions, the character placement, and some of the, unique elements Orson Welles has used in the film because of lack of budget, which is interesting. So I believe the film has given us a lot of new things, which is still inspiring many of the films today. For example, the smooth cut transitions in the film, the low angle shots, which, signifies that a character is very powerful and strong. That was used well in that film. Also, the most main important part of the film was the defocus part, which is something which make this film stand out, which is that everything in the frame is in focus. As in one of the scene in the film where we can see the a child is in the background of the frame, which who is in focus but is very small, and then in the midground there is his father, and in the most
Foreground.
foreground there is his mother. In the scene we can see that the mother is the most powerful one, so that is why she is in the foreground and the most bigger, and taking the most of the space in the frame, and the rest of the two are taking smaller sized frame subsequently as per the power dynamics in the particular scene. So this this type of storytelling was very new at that time, and it was revolutionary. And now also you can see that it is inspiring many of the films nowadays also. And then we also have uh, one of the most greatest, I would say, greatest topic it was addressed, like as we were talking about American Dream. And people at that time used to picture a rosy picture of American Dream, like American is something which is very good, very happy. No one criticized that, but this film did. That is why it stand out more, and it actually showed a mirror to the society, to the American society especially, that no, everything about American dreams is not true. You can't have every fame, every money in the world and be happy. It is not true. You can't. Even if you have everything in the world, you can't buy people's validation, buy people's happiness. You can't buy people's love, which is that film proves it right. It is actually true. You can't buy everything. You can't buy validation. You can't buy love, which is that film proved. But the American dream promises everything if you have that. If you have that, so that is what the film addressed, and I like that about it. Also, it addresses the problem of loneliness. We are so, and in society we are so, obsessed with
Lonely.
this success culture. Like we want to be successful every time, and we that is the only thing in our lives. But this film also showed us that it's not about only about money and success. It's also about yourself, your well-being. So person needs love, a person needs validation, it needs respect from people. So it is important to respect other people as well as yourself, and that has been shown well in this film. There are a lot of life lessons that you can get take this from this film. So at that time, this film was revolutionary for its ideas and all these things.
Exactly,
Yeah,
man.
I
I wanna
said a lot, but I guess
yeah.
it's one of the most elaborate parts I have given about any
Um,
film.
you remember what was the Charles Foster Kane's palace called?
Uh, no idea, man. I forgot it.
Xanadu.
Oh yeah, Zan A Z X A N U, something
X
like that.
A
It
N A
started.
D U.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Xanadu. Do you know what is the meaning of Xanadu?
No. Palace in other language.
It basically means a beautiful place where everything is blissful and perfect.
Oh, so it's like an irony for the whole film
Yes,
that palace represents. Yeah,
it's a
actually,
utopia.
there's nothing as perfect. So that that I would say that
Hmm.
is well as established in the film.
It's a
Uh, s-
utopia.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Acha, I have one question for you, Amber.
Uh huh.
Very quick question. What do you think in the film, if the director hadn't chosen to shown this film wouldn't have been what it is today? For example, there's some parts of the film which is very unique. If you think if the director had chosen to cut out that part, would it have been as successful as it is today? Is there any part you think was very integral part in the success of this film?
Is there any part which is very integral? I feel like, the film in and of itself is perfect as it is.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm saying this, is there anything that you feel that the director could have cut it out and this wouldn't have been so effective as it is now? There's
And
some unique thing
and
which is you think, hmm,
and the reason why I say that, because I feel like if he cut anything out, then the
hmm,
flow of the story wouldn't make sense.
okay, okay, hmm,
The flow of the story wouldn't make sense. The
hmm,
allegory in and of itself wouldn't be that strong either, and it would
hmm.
turn senseless. So Citizen Kane is a perfectly flowing story, I would say.
Also, the unique part of this film is that the unconventional story timeline. You can say that it went on a flashback, and then it narrated the stories in different perspectives, different people who had distorted realities about Citizen Kane's life. So
Yeah.
it gave a perspective of every character, main character in the film, through the perspective of through a main character in the film, and also it went through the flashback, and then it came to the current time. So it had a lot of overlapping timelines. So that was very interesting. That is very hard to do in a
Yeah.
film. So that
Uh,
was well done. Hmm.
yeah, I wanted to also say we were doing some research on Rashomon as well, you remember, na?
Yeah, Rashomon. For the college project, I
Yeah.
guess.
So apparently there's an entire like phenomena named after it called the Rashomon effect.
Yeah, I heard it. Something in filmmaking it is used, huh?
No. It's actually something to do with crime psychology.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
So basically, Rashomon effect explains that the memory of various eyewitnesses will vary the events of the
Oh yeah. So this
huh,
was exactly used in the no, not exactly, because in Citizen Kane there were different narratives, different stories,
yeah.
but in Rashomon each that same story was narrated by five people, different five people, if I'm
Yes,
not
and
wrong.
there were five different versions of it. Okay,
Yeah,
one story,
yeah.
five different versions, five different set of details, and so
It's like,
this and so
hmm.
this is what we call the Rashomon effect. Once
It's like,
one incident,
hmm.
five different versions.
That's an interesting one. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
five
anyways,
parallel universes. Yeah,
with that, we have come to the end of today's movie chat on the Don't Be Serious podcast. I think we can do another
yeah.
movie chat pretty soon. Let's see what movie we're gonna talk about.
Yes, we can do one. We can do one about the latest movies that we should watch. Give it a watch in 2021 and 2020.
Or
We can
maybe
do
we
that.
can or maybe we can talk about lesser known movies that you must watch.
Yeah, we can definitely.
Alright, with that out of the way, I'm just gonna stop the recording and I'm just gonna say
Bye
goodbye.
bye.